Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2 Unit 4.9 Notes Day 1. Today we're going to be talking about rewriting standard form into vertex form by completing the square. Our learning target today is to be able to transform equations in standard form from vertex form by completing the square. Did you get that? I hope so. All right, so we're going to first find the vertex of the following quadratic equations. What do we do for example number 1? Well, it's in standard form. That means I need to look at the A, the B, and the C. And the first thing that I want to do is to find my X value. So we do the opposite of B, 2 times A. So X equals opposite of B, so it's negative 12. So that'll make it a positive 12 over 2 times A, and A is 1. So on the top we have 12, on the bottom we have 2, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. So that's our X value. Now to find my Y value, I have to plug in 6 into this equation. Six squared is 36, minus 72, minus 16. And then let's see, 36 minus 72, minus 16, and we get negative 52. Okay, so we take the 6 and the negative 52, and then we get the vertex, and the vertex is 6, negative 52. So, ta-da, we're done. That wasn't too bad, was it? Ah, it's not that hard. What about example number 2? What's my vertex? Well, we take the opposite, and this guy stays the same. So my vertex is negative 1, negative 5. Boom. I'm done. Which one was easier to find my vertex? Yeah, example number 2. So what we're going to be talking about today is rewriting a quadratic equation into vertex form by completing the square. So I'm going to kind of do example number 3 as we read these steps. So the first thing that it wants us to do is to make a space between the linear and the constant term. So if you see between the bx and the c, we made a little space for it. So I'm going to do that over here. We're going to say that f of x equals x squared plus 6x, and then I've got my little space, minus 10. So in that little space, I'm going to add to the front, and technically there's a space back here, and subtract it from the back. Okay? So what we have to do is we have to take b divided by 2 squared. So here's my a, there's my b, there's my c. So I'm going to take 6 divided by 2 and square it. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. If you don't know that, unfortunately, you can just plug it into your calculator. As long as you're plugging it in correctly, it'll come out. But most of these you should be able to do in your head. Okay? So I'm going to add 9, and then I'm going to subtract 9. That was step number 2. So what we have is we have x squared plus 6x plus 9, and then in the back, excuse me, we have minus 19. This is all the same problem, except now I'm just going to focus on this guy because I can factor that. I can split the middle term. Numbers that multiply to get to 9 and add to get to 6 should be like, oh, dude, that's easy. It's 3 times 3. So we're going to split that middle term to get x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9. We're going to factor the x, factor the 3. So I have an x, and then I have my plus 3, and then these turn to x plus 3, x plus 3. So we have x plus 3 and x plus 3. So here we are, we're back to the f of x minus 19. Okay? So now, if you can tell, we've got these two guys which are the exact same, and the way we would write that is f of x equals x plus 3. I want to make sure that that is squared minus 19. And there we go. Look at it, it's in vertex form. And then I can see that my vertex is -3, -19. Okay? Ta-da! So then we can go. We're all done. Oh, step 4 said to simplify. Whoops. I didn't know that we had to do that part outside. We did that right away. Okay. So what we're going to do, so we're going to do number 1 and 2 for the rest of this video, and then video number 2 will be all the back. So the first thing that we do is we create a space. We have x squared minus 8x. I need a space right here. Then I have minus 17, and then we have a space in the back. So I need my b term, which is -8. So we're going to take -8 divided by 2 and square it. Well, -8 divided by 2 is -4, and -4 squared is 16. So we've got plus 16 and minus 16. So what we're focusing on is right here. I want to factor that. So I'm looking for numbers that multiply to get to 16, but add to get to -4. I'm sorry, -8. Okay? When we do this, it's always going to be 2 and 2, or -4. Like here, it's -4, -4. It's always going to be the same number. So we have x squared minus 4x minus 4x plus 16. Okay? We're still just focusing in on this part right here. I need to factor this, so I'm going to draw the line down the middle. We take out an x. Back here, I take out a -4. So we have x minus 4. And back here, we end up getting x minus 4. And then my GCF of x and -4. So when I start bringing everything together, we have x minus, 4. And then our other set of parentheses is x minus 4. But then I don't want you to forget this guy. Okay, we need to bring him down. -17 minus 16 is a -33. And then my final answer is rewriting it to x minus 4 squared minus 33. Okay? I know it might seem kind of scary at first, but the more of these you do, the easier it's going to get. Okay? So step 1, x squared plus 8x. I do a space before, plus 61, and then we've got this space after. I'm going to take the 8 because that's my b. So I have 8 divided by 2 squared. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So we have plus 16 and minus 16. Okay, so that's what we're going to break down. I need numbers that multiply to get to 16 and add to get to 8, and we just did it. But it was -4 over there. This time it's going to be 4 and 4. So we're going to split that middle term. X squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 16. We factor out the 4. I'm sorry, there's not a 4, Mr. Grice. We factor out the x. Back here, we're going to factor out the 4. So I have x plus 4. We pull out a positive 4. And that breaks down to x plus 4. And then as we start bringing that together, we have x plus 4. Pen's not working that well. And then x plus 4. And then don't forget, 61 minus 16 is what? Yeah, 45. So then our final answer, g of x equals x plus 4 squared. Remember, if it's not squared, it's not a quadratic, plus 45. Okay? So step number 1, we make a space. We do b divided by 2 squared. Then we factor. And then we rewrite it. Okay? So I'm going to stop right there for the first video. And we'll make the whole backside another one. So if you have any questions, please come see Ms. Carranza or myself. We would love to help you out. Otherwise, this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra 2 Unit 4.9 Notes, Day 1, Video 1. Thanks for watching.